Okay, guys, this is something I am so shocked about. 14 times as students in every math class, and I'm going to try and guess which one of them, and to see if I'm accurate. There will be many math questions here, but I attempt to solve one. There are some math equations where it's so complicated I had to use it in text, like actually like right here. So so in this universe, in this video, I'm going to try and solve every equation in this video, attempting to not get a wrong answer. I mean, I already know there's gonna be super hard ones. However, there will be times I will answer these questions immediately. It says 14 top students in every math class. And it says find x. I mean, I can already tell what they are. I mean, why is this bro wearing a head? I can already tell, like, why is bro wearing a headset? All right, let's start. T10 Academy. Wait, is this high school?
Have you done your math homework yet? I finished it yesterday.
Hey guys, this is all the answers. Let's go! Alright,
Let's go. Can we copy your homework before class starts?
Denise, I need help. What's the
You can't copy others' homeworks. That's cheating, dude. Why? Why do high schools even do this? Cause dude, that is crazy, dude. Or unless they're just crazy hard large number complex like super long equations. but like can't you just can't you just do this distribute properly? If it's multiplication, distribute. If it's quotient, do long division. But I don't know any other way. And if it's sum, just do place values. I mean, it's easy to add large numbers or subtract large numbers, unless the right number is just bigger than the left number and it will become negative. But you can just rearrange the question. Yeah, just have to just make sure the number is positive or negative, which is if you switch the numbers without changing their signs, it's gonna lead to that's the subtraction trap. What about question A? What test? Wait, it's math class. So this is probably some sort of a test math class. Is this the hardest? Like, I don't know.
I don't know how to find x. Where is x?
Where is x? I don't know how to find x. You have to find x in an equation. You have to do some changes to find x in it. It still has to be x equals something. You don't need to know where is x in the place. X is in the equation. Just do the algebra and find it. If x is equal to something, that's where you find x.
Because there's so many shapes in math.
Maths always use shapes. This actually comes from geometry, or these shapes in math actually comes from geometry, or in basics, finding the area of a shape. But if it's a circle, like the circumference, it uses something like radians or pi. And finding the circumference of this is multiplying it and squaring it by finding the two-dimensional shapes. So yeah, this basically comes from geometry. You just gotta make it simple.
Your square had roots. I thought only plants had.
That's only in nature roots. If you want a better name, you can just call these radicals. And these high schoolers need to chill, dude. What? Yeah. Yeah, good one. Good job.
Thanks, Vincent.
Don't mention it.
Mention it.
And since I'm your boyfriend, I got to go first. Denise, I need help with this question. What's the answer? What happened in 1969?
This isn't math, it's history homework.
What are you talking about? There's numbers. Of course it's math. Get a picture yourself, Denise. Come on. What happened in 1969?
What happened in 1969? So wait. That's history though. If you see numbers, but in so many word comprehensions, that's not math. But there may be a little math too. If it asks you how far back is 1969 or for today, it's asking you to do the difference of it. But because in some history comprehensions, you don't need to do any math. You just need to analyze the structure of the paragraph.
You know what? Let's go through some quick fire math questions. Now, what is 75 plus 50?
Oh, I was like, okay, so the answer for that was 129. Okay,
Now,
here we go.
What is 75 plus 54?
129.
129.
27 plus 48.
So 75?
17 minus 32.
38?
18 times 6.
108?
534 times 314 divided by 40.
Wait. What? No, let me get in that equate. I am not gonna solve that immediately.
Now, what is 75
I already
plus
answered
54?
those.
129.
What question?
27 plus 48.
What kind of question
17
was
minus
that
32.
after all
18
these
times
simple
6.
questions?
534
534 times 134 times 314 divided by 47. Yeah, he said that.
times 314 divided by 40.
47. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, bro, what kind of equation was that? You're gonna. It's gonna take. Well, if I had to solve this equation, this would take me like so many minutes. All right, be right back. Whew, so much time. Finally did it. Okay, 3,567.57446. Okay. I think I'm accurate to 5 decimal places. I'm gonna have to check this on. I'm just gonna have to verify this on a calculator soon. Cause look, bro, look at all this math I had today, dude. I had to break down large numbers into a quadratic, and then this is what I did here. I kept the division by 47, so I don't forget. So I don't accidentally like erase the division by 47. I got 167,676, and then and because it's divided by 47, and it's not divisible by 47, so I tried ratios, and I soon got closer and closer to the answer, but I realized I stumbled upon the two fractions, 27 over 47. So I tried a second ratio, which took me to a long decimal 5 sec. There's actually more, but like I don't want to actually run into a rational decimal. So like I'm gonna put my approximate answer here, 3,567.57446. Let's see if I'm correct.
3,567.57 to 2dp.
To do decimal plate. Wait, what? Oh my god, I actually got it correct. Dude, thank God I actually correct. That took me so much time.
Excellent. But do I not have any other students in this class aside from Denise?
This teacher needs to know. This teacher really needs to know. He asked the question that only a mathematician will be able to answer in just minutes. I think I only got it like 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, but only a text. If I did it in my brain, that would be too long because I accidentally forget where I'm at. So when I stumble upon these questions, I have to use text. Yeah, this is what I do here. I'm gonna you know what? I'm actually gonna send this comment right now so everyone can see how the calculation is done. It's so long that it literally proves this question it's almost impossible to solve in an immediate way. So this girl actually answered it in just a fraction of a second, dude. Like, this girl has to be a human calculator. I mean, I'm not even close.
Anyone else at all?
No.
No?
No, nothing.
3,142.5.
0.5?
What?
Wait, what? Wait, what question? Where did she? What question was that though? Okay, she got the answer, but from what question?
That's the question they're gonna ask next, right?
I guess you're right.
Dude. So for this type, I'm gonna analyze. So I analyzed what I just heard. I was able to get most of it correctly, but that last one stuck me 20 to 30 minutes to solve. So I'm guessing this girl is a human calculator. That's one type.
Madam Supay, I would love to answer your questions,
Well, they're already saying the types, and it's saying the competitive.
but there's simply
So this is something. So this is we're gonna probably see some free or like mathematicians here.
too elementary.
Simply too elementary.
Very well then. Could you come
High school feels too elementary for that guy. Well, I don't even know because I'm not even in high school yet. I'm only in middle school.
that equation?
Alright, let's see what the equation
This
is.
guy.
This guy. What equation? Oh! Wait, that's a quadratic. So x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. So this is actually a perfect quadratic. We just need to find two numbers that add to -5 and multiply it to 6. And the numbers are -2 and -3. Because if you add them, you get -2 plus -3 is -5. -2 times -3 is 6. I mean, you know, because a negative times negative is positive. A negative plus a negative is the same as negative subtracted positive. Yeah, the negative flips the negative flips the sign. So yeah. I'm gonna tell you more about this, about negative times negative equals positive, very soon, but in a much complex way. So let's see what this guy does. If he uses the quadratic formula, I'm gonna be so impressed because it contains a quadratic formula so called x equals -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We just need to find the a, b, and c values and then plug them in and then simplify. The b squared plus 4ac value inside the square root is actually the discriminant, which saves you so much time on questions on the quadratic formula. So if we let d equal that discriminant, we can just solve for d and then plug that value in. If it's a perfect square, you can just simply solve the square root, and then you can just split the equation into plus and minus, then simplify them, which will give you 2 answers.
To solve this equation, we will use the quadratic formula of x equals to negative
He is gonna use it. Okay,
minus
let's
square
see.
root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, where a equals to 1.
While for perfect quadratics, it isn't necessary to use the quadratic formula. It's easy to factor out and break down. It's easy to factor out one of them and break one of them down into a sum. So yeah. This is basically just very unnecessary to use the quadratic formula. What he could have instead just used is factor out something from 6 into a negative, and then try to break down the -5 into a sum of negatives. And he has to check them by using 2 integers like -2 and -3, which is of course a sum up to -5, product up to 6.
b equals to -5 and c equals to 6. Plugging in the values, x equals to -5 minus plus minus square root, x equals to 5 minus 1 divided by 2 equals to 2.
X equals 2. But wait, did he forget that there was another answer? X equals 2? Well, yeah, x will equal 2 because it's not -2 or -3 when you factor them out into like something called x minus 2 whole times x minus 3 whole. That would mean x equals 2 x minus 3 if we just all set them if we set them to 0, because the right side is 0 and we're multiplying. And anything times 0 is 0. So if we just set these equal to 0 and then do the algebra, we get x equals 2 and x equals 3. Not -2 or -3. Those are just values we got from the -5 and positive 6 in a quadratic.
Very impressive, Tabby.
I could have done.
One thing, if you're curious about how did I figured out this quadratic, I actually learned this quadratic 2 months ago, and I was able to memorize the quadratic formula, and later I now learn how to factor out and break down to a sum in a perfect quadratic. But one thing is, it's actually harder to predict if it's a quadratic formula. My first instinct is to try and guess integers and see if they add up, and if they don't perfectly add up, then I use the quadratic formula. However, there are some times where I don't realize it's a perfect square. If the numbers are too big, I might end up using the quadratic formula, and then I find somehow using 2 neat answers. So when I saw what's a neat answer, I duplicated them. I added one of them and then I multiplied one of them and then realized they were the same value. So this realization hits me into using the quadratic formula when the numbers are too large. So yeah. I mean, this girl is saying I could have done better. So what you probably would do is just factor out what's from 6 and then break down the -5 into a sum, like -2 or 3 I just mentioned earlier.
Me too. Easy.
Okay then, Vincent, you're up next.
Easy. Okay.
The Platypus theory.
Okay. So that guy is being a hypocrite.
Alright, Vicky, it's your turn. Find x. No, not that x.
To actually correct her, it's actually x inside the equation, and we mean the letter x, not somebody like ex. Even though it sounds like x, it's not x. We're talking about a letter or a variable inside the equation. And if you see an x, well, you might think you just found the x, but in algebra, no. X is connected to something. You have to do something to actually find x. So here, if it's x equal to something, that's where you find x. But if x has some additional thing with it, if x is not alone, then that is not x. So what you have to do is you have to do the opposite of what x is being changed. So like x plus 7 equals 16. X is being added, so you subtract it to get rid of the 7. So you subtract 7 from both sides, which will give you x equal 9. And if x equals 9, you substitute it in, the equation is true because 9 plus 7 does equal 16. So what this girl saw is if she heard x and she found the ex as an x, but that is not how math works. The teacher is not talking about a person's ex or in relationships. She's talking about what is in the algebra.
This x?
What? You did it, Ben? Ben, how could you? Why didn't you tell me?
So this really immediately turned math into just relationships so quickly.
Can you mask?
No, Vicky, not your exes in class.
So, like the one outside?
No, bro.
Don't judge, it was only for 1 week.
Vicky, I'm not referring to your exes.
This x?
Not that ex. And why do you even have that?
Oh my god, that is illegal in school.
X?
Not that ex.
Oh, I don't know about that.
X?
Not that ex.
This x?
That's not even an ex.
I mean, it was expensive.
Look, you see this X? This X over here. This X.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
It's the variable.
On it.
That's not an x. That's an equal sign. Also, the equation shows 36 minus 42, negative 6 plus 4. So the answer is 51. I mean, yeah, x equals 51. I mean, x is alone, but the right side has some additional sides. So you have to break down the right side to get a neat and to get a normal alone answer in both right sides. If the right side's alone and the left side's alone, and one of them has x, that's where you find x. That is not x, dude.
I blame your father. My ex.
Oh, now the teacher's affected, dude. If 1 equals 3, 1 is not equal to 3. 2 equals 3. 2 equals 2 equals, nope. You're literally doing it wrong. 1 does not equal to 3, and 2 does not equal to...
What is this trick question?
It's not a trick, well, we don't know. Because we don't know what test you have there. Google it. Let me Google it. Well, Google also has calculators, but there's also another app in the calculator. Everyone knows that.
You using your phone in class again?
Most classes don't allow phones. Yes. Some classes don't allow phones. So, but then in this class, I bet this class does not allow phones.
A calculator.
Oh,
See?
56? Oh, where you got them? I bet he got them from 8 times 7, or maybe it's some like 30 or 30 plus 26. Well, we don't even know because we can't see his
Calculator.
text.
For this. For math.
For math.
For school.
Well,
How can a high schooler use a calculator when they literally know math from elementary, middle school, and then they're already on high school?
you're not supposed to be using your calculators for this particular section. And second of all, you're definitely not supposed to be using your phone in class.
Madam Sabin, just think about it. Why are we allowed to use calculators in every single question? We're in modern times. Literally everyone has a calculator on their phones, in their pockets, everywhere they go.
Even that girl agrees.
Oh, not anymore. You know what to do.
I do.
No, phone, now. Thank you.
Well, how does this, dude? I would never use a calculator, or I would have to, If it's a super like a huge equation like 127 times 762, my paper would get messy because I would be doing a lot of distributives. The technology user. Oh, a headset. Okay. Hey, a headset is usually, well, they're not allowed in class, so why would use it?
Dan, what are you doing this time?
I'm solving this equation.
Then what are you wearing on your head?
Probably to solve
It's
equations.
a modern way of me doing math.
Ah, I see. Well, this is the modern way of me giving you detention. Now get off this call and give me your VR headset.
Okay.
How did bro connect to the headset? The one
5
with
plus 5 divided by 2?
5 plus 5, that's the answer is 5.
No calculator? So easy.
I mean, does that even include, does division even work when you have to use that tool? I mean, it does work for addition and subtraction, but division, it's very hard. Because if you have something that's not divisible, like 5.2, 5 divided 5, like 5, you have something like the 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5, you have to use long division on that.
Nah, this isn't it.
Yeah, it's not it because it doesn't use division. It only uses addition and subtraction, stupid.
5.
That also doesn't use division. That's just comparing. That is just comparing weights, and which doesn't even help you solve the equation.
Plus 5 divided by...
Divided by 2. That's not gonna help you.
Impossible!
It's impossible.
Does this look like 5 plus 5 divided
Divided by 2 to you. That's just their. Well, we don't know.
by 2? It's impossible!
Julian, do you really think you need all these instruments for this one question?
You're right, Madam Serving. Thank you.
Use a dice.
A dice is not gonna work, dude. That's only just for play games.
Just use a calculator.
Oh, now they allow calculators. They changed their mind, dude. Oh, well. Looks like classes have changed. Okay. So you can just do 5 plus 5 first, and then divide by 2. If without parentheses, you'll just get a wrong answer, because we're following the order of operations that division comes first before addition. In the order of operations called PEMDAS, D is division and A is addition. Division goes first. We solve for left to right in the order. So yeah. So what I'm basically saying here is that without parentheses told the 5 plus 5, you're basically gonna get a different answer, because now, if you just do 5 plus 5 divided by 2, you'll get 7.5, which is not the same as 5. The overanalyzing.
Do you know the answer to...
You know the answer to 5 plus 5? Oh, of course, it's an ad. Also been recording for so
Answer
long.
to 5 plus 5 divided by 2? This one's really easy. I'll help
It
you.
is easy.
Let's begin by deconstructing the expression within the parentheses. We'll first acknowledge the concept of the distributive
Wait, what?
property of addition over division, which allows us to separate the sum of two numbers into individual terms. Next, we employ the associative property of addition and we'll regroup the terms. Now, we utilize the commutative property of addition and we'll rearrange the terms to illustrate their interrelation. Afterwards, we'll invoke the distributive property of multiplication over division, enabling us to express the sum of the product of one terms over the number of terms. Finally, we arrive at the results through the application of basic arithmetics, and therefore the result of the equation is 5 plus 5 over 2 equals to 10.
No, that's not it, dude. Overanalyzing the equation makes you fall into some traps. So here, if we follow that rule set of PEMDAS, parentheses goes first, which P stands for parentheses, so that will go first. There are parentheses inside the equation, which is holding the 5 plus 5 inside. So if we solve that first, we get 10 divided by 2. And now all that's left is 10 divided by 2. 10 is divisible by 2, it's just 5. And there you go. You have an answer. Or another way, 5 is being added by itself. You can just write that as 2 times 5. And look, the 2's cancel out and you're just level 5. So what she just did here, she probably got some errors over there. I wasn't able to really see the whole equation, so I don't really know what errors she just did there. I don't even know where she even got that 10 from. 2 and 10 are way different. So 10 is incorrect, and the real answer is actually 2. No, not 2. I'm sorry, it's 5. My bad.
This is so confusing. So the answer is 10? It's actually just 5. 5? How do you get that, Denise? Because 5 and 5 divided by 2 is still 5. Wait, do you come up with that all by yourself?
No, 5. No, she did the math correctly.
Yes, I did.
The one with puns.
Denise, I know you're good in math at all, but hear this out. Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because
7. What? Oh, and now we're talking about memes, huh?
7, 8, 9.
Okay, fine. You've heard it before. Okay, how about this one? Where do math teachers go for vacation?
To Times Square. These jokes are so predictable.
So she has sort of these jokes, but that man's just trying to distract her. Do not distract people in class.
them 1,000 times over. And I'm pretty sure not all math teachers want to go to Times Square.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me just be funny for once. Fine. I'll Google something new. Okay.
Oh, phones. Oh, the teacher's gonna take it. The teacher's gonna take it. The teacher's gonna take your
There are
phone.
only 3 kinds of people in this world. Those who can count and those who can't. What? I don't get it. There's only 2 people.
Vincent, are you distracting Denise again?
Yeah, bro, do not distract.
You know what? Denise, swap seats with Jinhao, please.
What? Can I swap with Vincent so I can, sit with Denise?
And have you distract Denise as well? I don't think so. She's my top student.
Fine. You know what? We had a deal.
Deal's off.
Ooh. Student having an argument with the
You know,
teacher.
you students will be the end of me. I would much rather be on vacation right now than somewhere like, I don't know, Times Square.
You see, I was right. Are you by any chance afraid of 7?
What?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Oh.
Alright, would anyone like to solve this equation on the board? How about you, Julie?
I got it, Madam Subing. Madam Subing, I think this question is elemental.
Elemental. Oh, wait. So this is a quadratic. Okay, so the trick here is you see that 2 on the y. You see that 2 on the y. We can factor it out. We factor it out. So we get y squared plus 9y equal 9. So y squared plus 9y minus 10. So here's what we do here. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's not going to be possible. Okay, so I don't even know if that trick actually works. I mean, when I see the a term, if the a term is not 1, I just try to factor out equations, and if they're not perfect, I use the quadratic formula. But since y is not 1, this makes me think I have to use the quadratic formula. So I don't even know what the trick. I don't even know what the trick here is. Well, before he solves it, I'm gonna solve it myself. 2y squared plus 9, not y, minus 5. Well, since there's no equal sign, since there's no equal sign, it's an expression. So we don't know what y is. So this would be y plus or minus or plus or y plus y minus y times something, whatever. So in this equation, we're going to try and see what we can do. Alright. Wait, hold on a second. I think I just realized. Wait, wait. Oh my god. I was in the middle of doing the quadratic, but like, I just realized something. This trick does work. 2y squared plus 9y, or we can just take the 2 and multiply it with 5. Y squared plus 9y minus 10. The answers are actually like 10 and negative 1. 10 and negative 1. And well, okay, never mind. Okay. I realized. Okay, I realized the trick. So, wait, let me try. Let me retry this trick to see if it works on. See if it works again. Okay, I'm gonna retry this one, but it's gonna be like this shortcut right here. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna make sure I got the same answer. So I factor out okay, 10 minus 1 is 9. 10 times negative 1 is, I think, 10 plus. Okay. Let me see. Wait a second. Oh, I switched the variable. I'm so sorry. It's not X, it's Y. Dude, I was too focused on solving for X, but it's actually Y. Let me change that. Let me change that. Or maybe I didn't even need to solve it. I'm so sorry. Bro, I was too focused on the fact. I was too focused on the fact that this was algebra. Instead, this was actually just an expression. Dude, I am so sorry, guys. Dude, I did not mean for this to happen, dude. Then I divide by 2 to... Then I divide by 2 so that way I get this 2 back. That meant y should be -5 or 0.5. Oh, this trick does work. Dude, okay, so maybe I don't need to do... Okay, so I don't need to use the quadratic formula again. Alright, so... And I suddenly just realized I suddenly just realized I didn't even need to find y. Because it's not equal to something. I am so... Bro, my apologies, guys. I didn't realize we weren't actually, like, finding y. This is actually just an expression, bro. I was too focused on the fact that this should be 0. But, like, no. It's my mistake, guys. I'm so sorry.
First, we'll engage in some quantum calculus. Then, we will summon the mystical powers of Fibonacci sequence that will divide by the square root of pi r squared. And
Wait.
then we can conjure up a
Where's she
magical
going backward?
polynomial that will transform the Laplace dance. After that, we'll employ the ancient art of
Wait.
Babylonian arts to bring
Wait,
out the
wait.
trigonometry.
Trigonometry?
Finally,
Oh,
after
wait. What is he doing?
consulting the oracle of Pythagoras, we will arrive at the solution. Banana.
Wait. Oh, that is literally not the. That is literally not the answer. Look. This is an expression. You have to, like, actually factor out. Look, this is what I did. Well, y has to be equal to -5. Well, let me actually delete all this because what I did was not necessary. Okay, so what time step was that? 9, 16? Alright. Alright, and we got it. Alright. So this is gonna be my second comment. Banana is a fruit. Not an integer. Dude, you are so jokeless. Dude, you're gonna get a bad grade.
I'll be taking the seat now.
Kevin, principal's office.
Oh, yep, got it.
Yep.
Wait, don't erase yet. I'm not done taking notes.
The Joker.
Now we're going to go through a topic that will definitely come out: algebra.
Okay.
Someone's bra is gonna come out.
Is there something funny you would like to share with the class, Jianhao?
Nope. There's absolutely nothing funny about bras or LJs and the bras. Algebras. You know what? I'm so sorry, Madam Sabine. Can we just continue with the lesson?
If you find something funny about female undergarments, then you can seat yourself in the principal's office.
Jokes are not
See
okay in
myself.
this.
I mean, you can seat yourself in the principal's office. You know what? Just be quiet and focus on class.
So, are we still gonna look at some algebra?
No. You know what? Since you all like to make fun of just about everything, We are going to do something dry, like data analysis. How about that? Is there something funny you find about data analysis, Jianhao?
I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. In big trouble.
They are lying, dude. You the teacher won't send you to principal's office. Dude, what is so funny? The complainer.
This is so boring. I hate maths. When are we ever gonna use this in real life?
Actually, math is very much essential in our daily lives,
Really? Like when? There are more important things than math.
such as
Drawing, PE, Tagalog, and pretty much everything else. You'll be surprised at how much math we use in our daily lives though. Things like cooking, shopping, managing our finances, all of these things. And
Yes. That is absolutely correct. Because math is literally everywhere. If we want to calculate the velocity, if we were to calculate the velocity of a car, we would have to define its speed. We would have to define its speed in miles per hour using a formula. And for defining areas in 2D, we have to use a multiplication rule where A equals B, where A equals WL, where W stands for width and L stands for length. And if you want to find area for a cube, well, now that's cubed units now, because now you're multiplying three integers, which is basically gonna be which if they all have the units in it, this is gonna be units cubed, because units times units times units is units cubed, following the evaluation exponent rule. See, math is everywhere. If we were to calculate, you see, math is that there are actually speed limits there, which means there are actually speed limits in roads, which tell us what happened when we bypass the speed limit, which is gonna cause some very dangerous things. And here, without math, everything wouldn't exist. Time uses math. However, some skilled players like to keep track of time in math. Calendar uses math. Cooking uses math because it involves temperatures, which involve in number of degrees. So yeah, whatever we all saw, math is everywhere. Math just really follows us. It's really from education.
in addition. Get it?
And addition is all more likely to be sum. For subtraction is division, multiplication is product, and division is quotient. But we don't know what to name any more about others. Factorial uses multiplication, so it's just named product of all natural numbers. But for exponentiation, we just called it repeated products.
In addition, math can help us comprehend problems, establish relationships, and even make future predictions.
Making future predictions. If we were to calculate someone like, what is that? If we were to calculate what's in the future, we'd have to predict. We'd have to find the difference of the future and today right now, which is Wednesday, February 25, 826. So if you want to find the exact time, it takes a lot of math, but it's about to happen. We can get to the right answer if we do the math correctly, because it involves a lot of calculations here. So we don't just go straight into calculating so much stuff. We first start off with the basics, which will help us analyze other stuff, like the sum, like what is the sum, that meant adding, what is the difference, meant subtracting, and etc. And if you want to calculate, we have to do math comprehension. It's like something like this. What is the area of this shape? Let's say that shape is just 5 sides on one side and on length and 3 sides on the width. That if you were to figure it out as multiplication, 5 times 3, which is 15, we would say 15 units squared. This guy literally explains why math is everywhere. This guy is literally correct. I agree with.
exactly, math is everywhere.
Yeah, math is always everywhere. Cause you know, math is always everywhere. We all know whatever we do, it is always about math. Like walking, like this place, like walking. If we, but we do have to consider some people overthink about math. So here, what if we were to calculate the displacement? So if it's like how much I am moving. So in real life, I'm just walking back and forth while watching the video, and then I change direction so much I'm gonna get a lot of displacement, in which where d equals to how much to whatever length I walked to. So for length, this is known as meters, kilometers, inches, centimeters, or yards, and etc. Those come from physics. Those are what's known from something called physics. So here, what I'm talking about is physics also uses math, but it's only just to define reality of where we're at and dimensions. There's also another math type called coding. There's also another math type called coding where we have to do all these prints and equals, and then we have to do a lot of substitutions, but it also requires a lot of copies if we want to do multiple of each. So that's why coding also uses math. Like, let's say if a equals 9, then print parentheses a parentheses, you get 9. You see, so what the coding did is they basically substituted 9 and printed it out into life, which did give you to 9.
Math is even in space travel.
Oh, okay. Oh, space travel. So now we're talking about gravity of planets depending on their core. So if a planet is huge, their gravity is going to be strong, but if a planet is small, the gravity is going to be weak. This is defined as meters per second, which is how we all fall. But here it's not linear. We don't just crush into the fall and die of gravity pressure. It's not linear. So what I mean is the moment we start falling out, our meters per second fall is increasing, and when it hits its Earth's gravity point, we stay at that same speed. We stay at the same speed, but it only takes about a few seconds. But it only takes about a few seconds or more just to notice that the speed change has stopped. This applies to many more planets, which is why Jupiter, having to be stronger gravity, feels like we have more weight than we have on Earth. So yeah. They're basically explaining why math is everywhere. This is really some subtle stuff here.
That includes math as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm currently working on the P versus NP problem right now.
Finally, someone who appreciates math like I do. Can I help you with that problem?
Yeah.
Wow, can't wait to use this P versus NP problem when I grow up. Jeez, nerds.
Nerds. Oh my.
Differentiation equations, sequences, and series. Now, these letters that you see in the equation are called
Ooh, looks like someone got distracted by a paper. Looks like someone needs to pay attention.
variables, meaning to say they will change
Algebra. Oh, find x.
as the numbers change, whereas parallel lines are simply
Oh wait, it changed so fast. What happened? Parallel lines? Oh yeah.
two lines
What?
that will be infinite and never
okay, I just move on.
with each other. They are also known as co-perspectives.
Circumferences. Oh, it uses pi radian square, which is the area.
Everything else is
Ben, are you doing magic? I can do it too,
values in the equation which will not change. Everyone understood?
You're distracting. Yeah.
Madam Subing, I have a question. over here it says that John ate 30 apples and is now left with 45, and X is the number of apples he had last week. Find X. I don't really understand.
Well, it's actually a really simple question that utilizes subtraction and basic algebra.
Yeah, I know that, Madam Subing. But what I don't understand is how can John eat so many apples in one?
You don't have to. It doesn't matter. You just need to do the algebra. Okay. You just don't need to do the algebra. Just don't ask teacher. It's not math. Math is literally just not about basic reality. You have to just actually solve the equation. Doesn't matter.
I don't think that's the focus of the question.
Well, but I think John has a problem. Because if he's eating 45 apples at once, I'm pretty sure he's
Eating rotten apples. Well, it's a fiction story, so you don't have to believe it, okay? Don't take it seriously, okay? Okay.
eating some rotten apples. And you know what they say? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. But if you're eating 45 apples, I'm pretty sure you have to go to the doctors for real. I'm starting to get a little bit worried for him, Madam Subing.
She has a point. She's right.
Look, Debbie, this is a hypothetical question.
Hippo what?
Hippo.
As in, it's just a make-believe scenario. Don't think about it too much.
Okay. I didn't know that hippo's in math now.
What? Oh, it's not hypo. It's not hippo. It's hypo. It's HYPO. It's the
Consider
judgmental.
a number. Let's call it x. If you subtract half of x from itself, what do you get and why? I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know what the question is.
Probably one of those hippopotamus questions, you know.
Why are you wasting your time hanging out with those imbeciles? They are obviously holding you back.
They're not imbeciles. They just need a little bit of extra time to understand math. And about the flower that you gave me, it was a little bit unexpected. What does it mean?
It doesn't have to mean anything. I just thought that a girl like you deserved better. Someone who can help you achieve your goals. I know you might not understand, so let me put this in geometric terms for you. Your little love triangle is like an isosceles triangle. This is
Okay. Love, math, and loves. I bet she'll understand math too.
being held back by two acute angles. At best, you will always be held back by these two acute angles, eating away at your potential. At worst, where there's three acute angles, well, you'll be unable to spread your wings, show your potentials, or even open yourself up. After all, your mom wants you to get into MIT, right?
How did you know about that?
Well, I pay attention, unlike some people.
Alright, so I think this would help. Like, this is the hip, and the rest is the hypothalamus.
What's a hypothalamus?
This. And with the math competition coming up,
Sure.
I think you need a better partner, not just in class. So I suggest you dump Vincent and forget about the both of them. And if you're afraid of being alone, you don't have to worry. Just like two vectors where our paths intersect and perfectly align, we are inevitable.
Oh, wait, what?
Is he confessing to me?
Denise! School's over! What are you doing zoning out and all? Probably thinking about me, right? Anyway, I got a perfect idea. How about we go to my place and play some Dungeons and Dragons?
I gotta go.
Go? Go where?
School's over.
Denise?
Dungeons and Dragons, can I come?
Fine. You can be the bard. But bring your own dice.
This is actually a cool video, dude. There was a lot of math here. Not gonna lie, dude. There was actually like a lot of math here, too. Oh my god, dude. Oh, dude, this is so cool, dude. I can't believe I had to memorize all that math. Anyways, the reaction is over.